And something that look at this recording. So I have something that I want to share this morning. So something that I have been, call it struggling with, not even lately, just in general, is this idea of charging and how much do you charge and how do you get the courage, even in Courage Month, to charge what it's worth and what your value is. And that's something that has been a real challenge for me. So I feel like I work and 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 work, and then I don't have a lot to show for it, which makes it hard to continue the work and work and work. But I saw this quote this morning, and I thought, this is it. This is my mindset, and this is why I struggle. It's a Picasso quote, and it says, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." And that's what I've been doing. And I'm like, Picasso, you're like staring me in the wrong direction, dude. So I was just sort of, sitting with this idea of, and we've talked about this before, how, it's definitely a mindset of people who are inherent givers, right? It's like as if the gift has less meaning, or the work has less meaning if you charge for it. And I would love some, it doesn't say give it away for free. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Tammy. And I just wanted to sort of open it up and ask if anyone else has done any work, aside from all the wonderful book recommendations that I have sitting here, but done any work with, shifting this mindset. And how do you get into that zone of what and how to charge for things?
Okay, I have something. I'm so excited
Okay,
because
okay.
I love that. I love what Tammy said about doesn't say give it away for free. So here's the thing, and I have had to work on this a lot. So I've been in business for 3 years, and I had the same. That was my whole model. Exactly what you're saying, and I took that as that Pablo Picasso quote. It wasn't that quote, but I really had a hard time with charging. It was like, I just want to serve. I just want to serve people, right? And then I've had a lot of people walk me through yeah, but you can't serve if you're not making money, and you want to keep, if you want to do more, you've got to bring in the income, whatever, right? All that. But the thing that has helped me the most is two things. One, right here when and I think it was earlier this year, I started working on this, where, remember when we talked about like receiving is the new giving, and when we receive, we're able to give more. And then the other thing that I've been really working on is when I share my packages or the investment with people, and I do try to refer to it as an investment. Sometimes I still get that wrong, but I always say I receive $597 a month for two 55-minute sessions. And I coach for a minimum of 6 months. And just by saying the word receive, it's like, that's what I receive. That's what I earn. That's what people pay me. I receive. And whatever that amount is for you. I have a couple of different packages, so it depends on what I'm talking to the client about. And I'll say the same thing. I receive what I'm getting and how long it's for.
Awesome. I totally love that. And we are at 10 past, so I'm going to pause, restart. We're back, and we're talking about the Picasso quote I shared this morning, The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. And Coach K was giving us some nuggets of wisdom, and Tammy was reminding us that it doesn't say give it away for free. And Stephanie looked like she had something to say. So holding the space for that.
Yes, so this is something I actually just went through a module in my business school course on. So I can't take credit for this. This goes to Lori Gisborne. But so there's three things, and I'm looking at my notes. That's why I'm not looking at you. There's three things that we think about when it comes to pricing. And what is the promise or solution that we're offering somebody? What is it? What are the steps involved to get to that end result? And when we think about those first two, when we look at it from the client side, that transformation, that end result that they desire, what is that worth? Like when we think about that goal, that end result, that desire, what price tag can you put on that? Like usually it's something that's priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we can't put $1 million, well, for some things we can put $1 million price tag on it, but for so many things we undervalue them or give them away.
Mm-hmm.
But we really start to look at that value of, people are looking at this transformation point as something that is extremely valuable, and we're underselling it by so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, it doesn't give us a formula to magically plug in what we're doing and come out with a dollar figure, but it's something to really start to think about in those first two ideas of what is the problem, and what's the promise, and what are the steps to get there. What's the time commitment that we're putting in and expecting also the client to put in. I think that really, when you start to look at the goods and services end of it, you start to come up with some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that's helpful.
It's very helpful. Very helpful. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
I think I really appreciate what Stephanie said, the transformation, that impact that you will have on someone's life, it's priceless. I guess being on the other end of that with a handful of opportunities that I have had. Wow. Yeah. There's no way you can't, but I guess to try to measure that up, it is much like, Nancy has shared, and Stephanie, and you guys look at the market a bit. And then to really recognize how much you are impacting that individual.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of programs and things I look at that out there that I'm like, I suck back when I look at the price. And there's things that I've participated in that I looked at the price and I'm like, ooh. But in the end, I've looked at what I've gotten out of it, and has it paid for itself? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has. So
yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate those bits of wisdom. I'm definitely gonna sit with that today. I have my notes.
Yeah, and when we look at the idea of money, especially anything we attach a price tag to, it's always something. Payment plans are an option. We've got the quarterly, we've got the monthly. It's never something that we expect full, for the most part, we don't have to put something all down up front. We can work with people. If they're able to make the commitment, that's the beauty of contracts.
Mhm.
We can get a credit card, we can make monthly payments, we can do quarterly payments, we can break this down to make it happen for somebody if they're bought in and on board.
Mhm.
That's the key right there, right? Like and I often say to, clients, who are on the fence, right? That, hey, timing is everything. And I get it. If now's not the perfect timing for you, I mean, I want them to be invested.
Mhm.
And I would say 50% of the time, that person becomes my client sometime in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And look at that. We are right at time.